In this GYDA Talks, Robert talks to Dean Seddon of Maverrik. Dean founded Maverrik in 2013 as a consultancy and business development company. Having delivered growth in several small and large businesses, he embarked on building an organisation which would help businesses cut through the fog and grow people's sales and profit. Robert and Dean discuss what Maverrik do and how they utilise LinkedIn as a fantastic sales tool.
Hello and welcome to the GYDA Talks. Absolutely delighted to have with us today Dean Seddon. Now, Dean runs Maverriks, which is spelt not the way you'd expect it to be spelt. I'm sure there's a story behind that, but Maverriks was a digital agency, and now it's more. Tell you what, rather than me tell you about Maverriks and Dean Seddon, welcome, Dean. Absolutely delighted to have you here.
Thank you. No, it's good to be here. So. Describe Maverrik. So I promised I'll keep it short and sweet, so I'll try. We were the classic all-rounder marketing agency. We'll build your website, we'll do your branding, you know, the generic marketing agency, almost like we got a template. And I got just fed up of all the issues that goes with, you know, having that kind of agency, the back and forth, the moving goalposts, the magpie clients, and decided we'd make something. So we focused in on LinkedIn. We'd always been pretty good at it. So we decided to really focus in, and like all things, when you niche down or whatever, it became very, very clear what we do. And we still actually sell agency services off the back of being a LinkedIn business. So we're pretty much 90% LinkedIn, but have a kind of services business behind us as well.
So I've seen a photo of your office, or it may not be your office. It may be something pretending to be your office, which, because we're in lockdown at the moment, is full of empty chairs and tables. And I didn't actually count how many of them there were, but were I to count those chairs and tables, how many people have you got there in the UK?
20.
And you've got a business in the States as well?
Yeah, pretty much the online version of what we do in the UK. So all of our online training, online services is all based in the US. And there's kind of one person in the US, most of it, you know, the usual thing, you have an online training business, you base it in the US.
So this is it's like one of those jokes when there's a joke about a dentist. My father always used to tell about, you know, the plumber charging £500 and the dentist saying to the plumber, £500, that's ridiculous. I'm a dentist. And the plumber says, yeah, I used to be a dentist as well. And it's almost like you're going to say that about agency world. Yet we've got 1,000 or so agency people online watching. So you were an agency, you flipped over into LinkedIn, but you do still sell agency work out of the back of it.
Yeah, well, you know what it's like. A client comes on, you do one job really well for them, and then they say, oh, we need help with this, we need help with this, we need help with this. So you won't find an agency website for us. What happens is people come to us for LinkedIn, and then they ask for more stuff. So that's the kind of model we've had. It also gives us a good way of figuring out what the clients are like to work with. So all of our initial services for LinkedIn, we run on a 3-month process. It's 3 months. And then at the end of it, we know what they're like. They know what we're like. And then anything we proceed on with then is really clear. We know what we're doing and who we're doing it with.
Okay, right. So it's time for me to play devil's advocate, because I can see people going, we were talking about it just before the call. I mean, LinkedIn is actually nearly as bad as GDPR in terms of the sheer volume of experts. Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess my issue is, you know, for agency folk, you know, why, you know, run an agency, probably got lots of performance stuff going on, no Google, Facebook, Instagram inside out, understand how to acquire business for clients. But times are tough. We all know that. It's harder than it's ever. So why would someone who runs a digital marketing agency, why would they go to LinkedIn?
I would say this, wouldn't I? But if you want, we'll talk about ads maybe later, but if you want an organic platform where you can get yourself seen by the right people, LinkedIn is it. Yeah. You can go into Facebook groups and dig into Facebook groups. They're great. But LinkedIn is a great way to build an audience quickly in an organic way. And think of it like it's Facebook in 2010. Yeah. That's what LinkedIn is. It's where you can actually say something and get heard.
But, so this is going to be a bit of a pit pop thing. You may not want to talk to me at the end of this conversation because there's so many questions. But I may get heard, yeah. But I did a rather contentious piece the other day, which and it just reminded me with the "you're a fool, you're an idiot." I mean, it's like Facebook in the old days. But what it reminded me of was when I put a post out into my Facebook group of friends and lovers and people who like what I do, I get a really sensible response. Or if people don't agree with me, you get "oh, that's an interesting point of view. Where's your evidence for that?" or whatever it is. But agency folk are really nice. They recognize that if I'm saying something, I've got a reason to say it, and they don't just sort of get the gun out and fire. And what I found with this post, which had 20-odd thousand views, was all the hate mail was from people I'd never want to engage with at all.
So let me be just as difficult back. When was the last time you got 20,000 views on Facebook?
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I'd rather have 20,000 views than not. I mean, I'd rather have. Maybe I'm feeding you a line here. If there's a choice between 5,000 views and 50 targeted views of people who I really want to talk to, personally, I'd rather have 50 of the people I really want to talk to. I'm not sure whether I really want the other 4,950.
Well, I'd rather have both.
5,000 of my target.
Yeah. Now, with anything in the world, whether you're direct mail, PPC, all of that, any marketing channel, despite the best efforts of targeting, you're going to get people who slip in. And the nature of LinkedIn is obviously that ripple effect. And so you end up with a window cleaner amplifies your post, or,
yes,
he
did. He actually, I don't know, there was some guy who said, "This man is talking such rubbish and all he wants is to promote himself. I don't know why I'm sharing his post." And it's like, you idiot. Not you, him. I mean, like, so you're absolutely right. It's like Facebook 10 years ago. I mean, but I'm still, but so, okay, so maybe educate me, maybe educate us. How do we weave so that you do get 5,000 target customers?
So first of all, it comes about how are you building your own connections? So what we tend to do is we approach LinkedIn a little bit like Facebook, and we'll add people we used to work with and all that kind of stuff. And what happens is they contaminate our network. So if you're going to add people who are not relevant into your LinkedIn account, just be aware when your ex-partner from 15 years ago, who's now a secretary in a legal firm, I don't know whether this is true or not, I'm just making this up. But when she suddenly likes your post, she inadvertently amplifies it to her network, which will be comprised of legal people. So generally speaking, you need to be engaging with and growing your network with the exact right target audience. If you don't, you end up with it spread everywhere. That said, I got one of my biggest clients through a personal trainer who was training the head of a major accounting firm, and he shared my post, and I got a response and a client and business from that. So it's a bit going back to the, pre-digital, and you go, it's not, what was it? What's the saying? It's not what you know, it's who you know. And LinkedIn can work a little bit like that, that sometimes there are people out there that suddenly help you, and you go, I really just got a job with the top accountancy firm because of a personal trainer.
And of course, you don't know who they're married to and who their in-laws are, and so on and so on and so forth. So
well, let me give you an example.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
I've just signed a client who came through a free thing we put on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
This month they will have spent 6,000 or 7,000 quid with me, and it all came off the back of they're in a completely different sector. They're FTSE 250.
Mm-hmm.
All came from a LinkedIn post from a free offer I put on LinkedIn. And by the time we finish billing, it'll be $7,000. Yeah. But that came, that was not a connection. It was from somebody else sharing the post.